My forehead lines have just disappeared. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel. Exciting stuff today. We are going to be playing with the new concealers from Vive, Jamie Genevieve's brand. She just came out with her first base products. She came out with concealers and a powder. I do already have my foundation on. I am wearing the RMS Beauty Re-Evolve foundation with a tiny drop of the SyncroSkin Radiant Lifting by Shiseido. This one is in the color 250 Sand and the RMS is in the shade 33. Underneath I have the e.l.f. Halo Glow Priming Filter in the shade 3. And I did already do my brows. I just have the Sephora Skinny Micro Brow Waterproof Pencil in Midnight Brown, and then just the Clear Benefit 24-hour brow set. For primer, I do have the Vive Skin Nova as usual, and then in the center of my face, I also have a little bit of the Glassy Skin Balm from Touch in Soul. Pretty filter, Glassy Skin Balm. This is the Modern Powder Perfector. It is in the shade Light. Would you look at this packaging? It's actually the same packaging as their summer face palettes. Over the summer, they came out with their face palettes, which I think were a limited edition product, but it's the Dimension face palette, these 4-pan. Beautiful. It had 2 shades, a deeper and a lighter. This is the deeper one, Dusk. But same packaging, just a little bit smaller with the ridges on the front. Gorgeous. I mean, could you look any more stunning, luxurious? It is gold metal. It's got a mirror inside. And then, of course, here is the silky powder. This is in the shade Light. Modern Skin Collection. It's the Modern Radiance Concealer and the Modern Powder Perfector. It's the answer to naturally perfected skin. Customize your coverage with the Modern Radiance Concealer, a multitasking marvel enriched with hyaluronic acid to conceal, correct, and contour. Set your look in place with the Modern Powder Perfector, which is a natural matte complexion enhancing powder that smooths and blurs. You can get a couple of bundles on her site with brushes because she does have a line of brushes that are in collaboration with Smith. 4 shades for the powder and then the concealer, 20 shades of the concealer. That's a pretty good range, you can see here. So yeah, they go super deep and pretty light as well. I got the shade Light 3 for brightening my under eyes, and then I got the shade Tan 4 for doing a bronzer and more of a bronzer than a contour. It is a neutral shade, but it'll be more of a cream bronzer. Jamie on the Vive website did a video where she did her whole complexion base using 3 different shades. I didn't want to quite jump in with 3 shades yet because they are $30 US each, and the powder is $38 US. So not cheap by any means, but I mean, for the luxurious packaging and the performance, Jamie Genevieve has designed some of the most incredible formulas and products I've ever tried so far. So I am really excited to try her new complexion products. A little more about the concealer. Again, it is $29 US. Infused with hyaluronic acid, it's a hydrating liquid concealer, brightens and color corrects the look of skin for a naturally perfected, radiant complexion. And it does say that it's medium to full coverage, so you can customize it. You can build it up. Conceals redness, blemishes, dark circles, smoother looking complexion. Yeah, decent range here. The powder, it's also infused with hyaluronic acid. The powder is also refillable. Her bronzers are too, but if you notice the hole in the back right here, you can pop out and refill. That's brilliant. It feels very smooth to the touch, very silky. Again, this is the shade Light. So that's the powder. Concealers, I put some on the back of my hand last night. One dot goes quite a long way. All right, again, this is the shade Light 3. Which is less brightening for me than I thought it was gonna be, to be honest with you. I probably should have gotten a little bit lighter of a shade for my under eyes, but we'll see. And then again, Tan 4. I'm gonna do Jamie's trick of putting it on the fat part of your thumb and then cupping your cheekbones under here. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna do that first, since that can get a little bit aggressive. I'm gonna do the bronzer first. Again, I'm just gonna apply some right here to the fat of my thumb. This is bigger than I thought it was gonna be, by the way, this component. This is the new Charlotte Tilbury. They're about the same height. The Charlotte Tilbury is a little bit taller, but this, I guess it's not that much bigger. It felt, in her video, it looked smaller than it is, but I have big hands and anyway, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Her packaging is all stunning. Okay, so I'm gonna rub my two thumbs together here, kind of spread it out, and then you just cup your cheekbones here, and you really get good placement. It looks a little crazy at first, but trust the process. I'm gonna go up on my forehead with it as well, and then blend it out. I'm gonna do the same thing with my jawline. Just a little with the leftover. Then, wipe that off so I don't get it everywhere. Then I'm gonna go in with my Say big blender brush. And since I got it a little bit low, I'm gonna start by going up and kinda, I mean, it was already, you know, it wasn't like a bold streak because I did use my hands, but look at that. Jamie, I swear, this girl can do no wrong when it comes to makeup. She's a pretty awesome, like, if you watch her channel, she's so fun. She's got the best Scottish accent in the world. Mildly obsessed with Train Spotting, so I've always had a love for the Scottish people and accent. Okay, can I just say, look at how beautiful that is. The nice thing about doing a concealer for your bronzing and contour, more coverage. I'm gonna go ahead and take a little more from the back of my hand where I swatched, pick some of the excess up and add a little more up here and over here. But oh my goodness, that was the perfect shade to just warm up the skin. I'm gonna take what's left on the brush and just kind of go down the sides of my nose here and underneath. I should have done the concealer first. This blends out way easier and way more sheer than I thought it would. I thought, because it does go far, like I did not put a lot on my thumb and it spread to all over my face, but it blends out so easily and nicely. Okay, let's go in with the lighter shade. Again, light 3. I'm just gonna start, oh, in case you're curious, it does have a regular doe foot. It's pretty big. It's about Shape Tape size, I'd say, for reference. I'm just gonna start with a little dot right here, a little bit in the middle of my nose, on the tip of my nose, get my melasma here. I am gonna take some under here since my bronzer came down pretty low. I need to add more bronzer over here. It's a little bit darker over there. And then we'll go in the center of the forehead as well. All right, let's start with that and see how it blends out. I am going to use my foundation brush for the bottom half of my face down here. It's a Shiseido foundation brush, one of the Fude brushes from, I think it came from Beautylish. Those blended so beautifully. No harsh lines. Using the bigger, fluffier brush like this also helps. I'm gonna go in with a blender for under my eyes, so I get an idea of how it works with different apparatus. That is stunning. It just blends like the new Sephora Best Skin Ever concealer blends so fast and so beautifully, and it has a little bit more coverage than this. This does start a little bit more like a medium, but it's still cover. Maybe it's not less okay, this concealer is incredible. Look at my under eyes. Look how brightening the tip of my little nose is there. It's got a little bit of radiance, but it's not shimmery. It just looks fantastic. This was definitely the right shade choice. By the way, light 3 was right for my under eyes. It smoothed them out. It is not accentuating the bronzer either. Neither of them are accentuating my texture over here. My dark circles have been covered. Oh, I am excited about these products. I can't wait to see what else she does. All right, let's now set with the smoothing and blurring Skin Perfector. I'm gonna go in with my Sonia G Mini Cheek and just, let's see. Picks up a decent amount when you, okay, so I am gonna tap that off. Woo, yeah, I'm gonna tap that off. All right. Bring a little bit under here. This girl, I swear, you can see even more. Look at how smooth this eye underneath is. I mean, this one looks smooth already because the concealer by itself is stunning. Do you see how smooth that is? My Chantecaille Perfect Blur Powder doesn't even smooth this well. The Charlotte Airbrush doesn't even smooth this well. It's absolutely stunning. My pores have basically disappeared right here. You can see them a little more over here. This is the side with just concealer, which again, looks gorgeous. But this side that has the powder as well, this girl, Jamie Genevieve, is an absolute genius when it comes to makeup formulations and products. Oh my goodness. It looks so good. I hate to not set the other side, but for review purposes, I will not set this under eye. I will put it on the rest of my nose and chin, on my forehead. I'm feeling like I have a little more bronzer over here than this side. Again, just taking what's on the back of my hand here and trying to add a little bit more over here. There we go. I am gonna go in with a powder bronzer on top, but clean up under here a little more. Okay, that's beautiful. Again, this eye is not set. This one is. You can see, I think, pretty drastically the difference in the unset without as much smoothing. Again, both look beautiful. The concealer is stunning, but the powder is next level. Okay, welcome back. I dyed my hair last night, and instead of using the kitsch because I was being super lazy, I just split my hair in half, twisted it really tight, and then tied it up on the top of my head. Natural curls. You can't really see because I'm wearing a black t-shirt, but anyway, the grays are gone. That's the important part. It's a little darker than I wanted, but it'll lighten up as I wash it. Okay. Oh, and I never did a powder bronzer. Dang it, I'm all over the place. I'm just going to take some of the powder bronzer from the Vive face palette from over the summer. This one here, it is her Modern Bronzer formula. Just gonna take some of that on my forehead. Because I got a big old forehead and I like it to not look quite as big. The sides of my nose. Okay, there we go. That's the finished look. Let's do a little bit professional spray from Benefit. Fan with my Valentino sample cards. All right, that's the finished look. Again, Natasha on the eyes and cheeks, Vive concealers and powder, Fenty ice on the lips. Nothing else is new. We'll check in and see how it goes, but I think everything looks beautiful as of now. Stay tuned. Okay, doing a quick check-in for the Vive concealer. It looks great. Again, this is the side I set. This side is not set. They look pretty similar. The side that I set definitely looks more smooth. Looks like the coverage has stayed a little bit more on this side as well. Got a little bit where it's dissipated here. So the powder is incredible. I do like the concealer so far. I think it's beautiful. It has good coverage, blended out quite easily. It is actually pretty similar to the Sephora Best Skin Ever, the new concealer that came out, in terms of the blendability. The Vive formula is definitely thicker, but they do blend out both quite easily. I might do a video comparing the two side by side and see how similar they are. Yeah, everything looks good so far. We'll check in again tonight. Hi. Sweet boy. Okay, we're almost done. Is that your eye patch? Arr, are you a pirate? Arr. Thank you. My forehead lines have just disappeared. This is the most smoothing, blurring powder I've ever used. My pores just absolutely vanished. There's none left. This is the most stunning powder. My skin is absolutely flawless. Flawless. It erased my forehead wrinkles. Oh my God. I have to get this in the deeper shade to use as a bronzer because that is breathtaking. It's so good. I can't even. Okay guys, welcome back to the final check-in for today. We've been wearing, again, the Vive powder, the new Modern Perfecting powder, and the concealer, the Modern Radiance concealer, in both the bronzer shade, Tan 4, and on my under eyes in Light 3. So here's the concealer. Again, this side was not set with the powder. This side was. Both look really good. There's only a very slight difference. And it's similar to how it was with when I did the Sephora Best Skin Ever and I set one side and not the other. Same kind of thing. This side is a little bit smoother and a little bit more blurred, and this side just a tiny bit more texture and wrinkles under my eye. I do have dry, it's more normal now than it ever has been, but it still leans towards dryness. And I was in air conditioning most of the day, so not sweating or anything. So I do have a little bit of dryness, and I have a small amount of coverage loss right here in the trough area of my eye that is not quite as obvious as it is on this side. But otherwise they look pretty similar, and honestly, it looks lovely. The bronzer shade also still present. I just did a very small amount of a powder bronzer on top, and then the Natasha Denona palette. I didn't wear a mask or anything today, so there was nothing to make it come off, but it's actually more visible on this side. Could be because I sit with my hand like this, and if I go like this, that could have done it, or being on the phone may make some wear away, but it does seem to be a little bit more present still on this side than on this. But yeah, the concealer looks great. The powder did a beautiful job of smoothing and blurring. It's gonna be fantastic for mature skin, and because it's got the hyaluronic acid, it didn't dry anything out. No cakiness, no crunchiness, and this has been on for about 10 hours at this point. So let me zoom you out a little bit, give you some final thoughts. I thought today's look was beautiful. I'm over the moon that Jamie Genevieve finally released some base complexion products. All of her other formulas to date have been remarkable. You see me talk about my Skin Nova primer in almost every single video I post. One more amazing release, two more amazing releases from her. The powder, like, I really appreciate and love the concealer, and I'm gonna definitely keep wearing both shades on a regular basis. Well, as much as a regular basis as someone who makes review videos for YouTube can. But the powder especially, again, the stunning packaging, it's just so smoothing, not drying at all. She just, I cannot say enough good things about Jamie Genevieve. Risa Does Makeup just did a I wish I'd known about this brand sooner review of all Vive products, and I hope she gets a hold of these because she's a pro makeup artist by trade and would have even more technical things to talk about. But from a makeup enthusiast and a makeup wearer standpoint, these are stunning. They're great for mature skin. They're good for dry skin. They're not shiny. You can matte them down a little bit, but they're not dry. I look really pretty. I think I look really pretty, and I'm very pleased with these products. Round of applause for Jamie Genevieve. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, all the things. Let's make this channel grow, continue to grow. But yeah, thanks again for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.